Okay, here's a quick rundown of how you would create a 3-column trifold brochure, we can call it. So like a brochure that you'd fold. So you'd have 3 panels. Usually you would do both sides of it too. So you have to be mindful of what goes on the back, what goes on the front, what goes on the inside. But in any event, what you want to do is I would not recommend that you create a 3-column document. That's more for when you're typing in a story, like in a newspaper, and you want it to be on 3 columns, and so that it's sort of a continuous thing where you'd start typing blah blah blah. Then by the time you get to the bottom of the first column, it would start up in the second column, and you'd continue writing. But that makes it hard to insert elements in the places that you'd like them to go. So what you want to do is you want to first set up, you want to first set up your paper size. Letter is usually pretty good, but if you go A4, it'll give you a little bit, it'll be closer to what you want, A4. Then what you want to do with your layout, again, you went to size already, you want to do your orientation and go landscape. That's generally how we do it. And notice that there's quite a gap here between the edge of the page and where you would start putting in some text. So what we do is we usually set the margins to, we just go narrow without messing around too much with it. Now what you have here is if you started typing, it would go all the way across the page, okay? But what you're going to do instead is you're going to insert, and I'm going to zoom out a little bit here so you can see the whole page, okay? A little bit. How's that? So you could insert, some people insert tables. I prefer doing it this way. I insert, where am I going here? Over to text box. Now with the text box, that'll allow you to, and I'm just going to go with whatever. I'm just going to go with a blank text box, just one of these. And I'm going to place it where I want it to go. Okay. And I'm going to, and I just picked anything here. I can work with the page or the borders of each one of these myself. So I kind of figure it out this way. I figure, okay, between 0 and let's say 28, if I divide that by 3, let's say I have 27. So I might go with some that are about 9 wide. But don't worry about that. What you'll do is you can end up making a copy of this one. So let's say I do want to have a decent page, decent border going around this thing, okay? So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to right click. I'm going to go to format shape. So to do that, you have to be right on, like see where I have the 4 arrows there? Right on that and right click, and then you'll get the format shape. I'll go to line. I'll say, oh, solid line is good, but I want it to be whatever. Let's say I want it to be red for whatever reason. Maybe I'll increase the width of the line. Maybe I want it to be a different kind. Well, this is going to look like a weird looking line. But anyways, let's just say it was something like that. You can play with all kinds of different things. And with that, if that's what you wanted for all of your panels, then what you would do here, and I'm assuming you want borders. You don't have to have borders at all. You can get rid of them. But what you're going to do here is I'm going to right click while I'm on it, and I'm going to go to copy, and I'm going to right click and I'm going to go to paste, and then I'm going to pull this thing across. See what's going on here? So they might seem a little wide, so I'm going to just play around with them a little bit. I'll see how wide is this thing. Maybe that one was too wide, so I'll delete this. I'll copy again. Control C and Control V would also work real quick, but you have to have it selected first. And I'll paste again. This time I used Control V. And I'm going to move that over. And I'm just going to... So what you would end up doing is you'd create your brochure. And I'm just doing this by eye, okay? But you would create your content, and then you could fold it. When you're done, you fold it in 3. And then you would see, you'd print it and try it. But then you would see if, that's my dog barking, then you would see if it folds at the right spot. If not, you could move these things around a little bit, print it again, see how it works. That's so you don't have to measure it yourself. But that's more or less how you would create a trifold brochure, basically. And don't forget that if you're going to do both sides of it, you're going to want them on both pages, right? You're going to want a front and a back, so you're going to have to print twice. So you get the front and the back, and again, I would Control V, Control C, Control V, and I would do the same thing here. Okay. And I could have selected both of them at the same time with holding Control down while I select them both. Control C, Control V, and as I pull this up, two of them will go up here. I don't know if that was too quick, but if I wanted to get to the up higher here at the top of the page, so it all depends on what printer you have. If your printer will print to the edges, then you can really mess around with the borders and stuff, or the margins. Okay, so you give that a shot. See how that works. That doesn't look too bad. That might work. If they're not quite where they need to be, you can just move them a little bit. And that's how you do that. The easiest way.